everybody, and welcome. Along with Paul Sunderland, I'm Chris Marlowe. We've got a great matchup for you today. The United States off to an amazing start. The Americans are undefeated at 4-0. Meanwhile, Korea is just 2-2, but they're coming off a stunning upset of Bulgaria. Two contrasting styles, two contrasting teams, United States and Korea.
Well, United States playing surprisingly well because they're playing volleyball of today. That means jump, serve, block, scream at the opposition. Korea's still a holdover from the past, although they're trying to get into modern-day volleyball, which really means smash mouth. You got to be physical. You got to be real, real big.
Speaking of smash mouth volleyball, you have to have good middle blockers. The United States has one of the best. He's really surprised, Tom Sorensen.
Well, there was a lot of doubt, particularly with head coach Fred Sturm, whether or not Tom Sorensen was physical enough to play in the middle blocking position. But with the addition of some new players like a Jeff Nygaard, taking some of the pressure off Sorensen, he's playing extremely well in these World Championships.
Korea has one of the best hitters in the world, number 18, Se-Jin Kim. He can whack it.
Well, and he's going to get lots of exercise tonight. Korea plays phenomenal defense, and he's really their only point scorer out on the court, and at 6'8", he's very, very important for them.
The United States and Korea in quarterfinal action. The winner goes into the semifinals. Let's pick it up.
Game one about to start. Let's meet the starting lineups for In-Tak Young's Korean team. Jong-Hwa Ha, Young Chol Shin, Byung Sun Kim, Jong Chon Park, Hee-Song Park, Se-Jin Kim, the starting lineup for Korea. For the United States, Loy Ball is the setter, Bob Stavertlich, Brian Ivey, Tom Sorensen, Scott Fortune, Jeff Nygaard. The head coach for the United States is Fred Sturm. Our first referee, Jose Palmarim from Brazil. Bob Stavertlich to put the ball in play, 6'4", 200, 31 years old, out of Pepperdine. And the back set and the put away, Se-Jin Kim, a 6'7", 198-pound string bean from Seungjae.
We talked about Kim right away, and if Korea passes the ball well, he's going to be on the finishing end of a lot of very good combinations.
Korea in blue, the United States in red, and a chance for Korea. And over the top, Americans get a dig. And a block. Nicely done.
United States looking a little sluggish, a step slow maybe against Korea. They've beaten some big-name teams. Expect to have a little easier time against Korea, and they better be ready to play.
Here's Jeff Nygaard, fresh out of college, serving for the United States. Nygaard with the dig. And the put away. So the United States scores a point. Scott Fortune gets the kill, number 8.
Good defense by Jeff Nygaard, a trademark for the United States. Everybody plays defense extremely well, including the big guys.
And the ace off Nygaard.
Smash mouth volleyball, what we were talking about right before the match, Chris. United States, a bigger lineup with Loy Ball, number 1 in there at 6'8", and Jeff Nygaard in as well. And one of their keys is jump serving.
Americans lead 2-0 as that serve is missed. Korea gets the ball. 43 million population, 300,000 players. Korea has 35 club teams, so volleyball very popular. The back set, and Tom Sorensen puts it away. Sorensen has been the United States' big weapon so far.
Key, United States passes the ball well here, and also he and Loy Ball, the setter, have really developed some chemistry in the early rounds of this tournament.
2-0. Quick set, put away in the middle. Number 8, Byung Sun Kim. He's out of Busan. He's 6'7", 194. A very skinny Korean team. Bunch of string bean kind of guys as that serve is into the net. So Kim makes the service error, and the United States will have it. If you're wondering, there are 4 Kims on the 12-man roster.
Throw in a few Parks, and you got the Koreans.
Out of the back line, and Kim again. Se-Jin Kim. He must be a good card player.
Not too many lefties at the high levels of international volleyball, and you got to make some adjustments from the direction he's bringing the ball.
Young Sun Kim with the serve. Loy Ball back sets, and nobody is there for Sorensen. Sorensen, number 6, gets another kill.
Sorensen is playing with more confidence and aggressiveness ever on his national team career. It looks like he's back as a junior or senior at Pepperdine, just dominating.
Loy Ball's serve has been very effective. So is the American block. Brian Ivey, Jeff Nygaard were there. Point Americans.
Nygaard plays for Al Skates at UCLA, and his mantra is just block, block, block. So Nygaard comes to the national team well prepared.
This is game 1, the United States and Korea. So far, the United States looking good. Out of the back line, Sorensen again. Tommy Sorensen, who set an all-time record at Pepperdine for kills when he was there. Now doing more of the same with the national team. 4-0 United States. And Lloyd Ball is crushing the jumper. Left side. Americans another block. Here's Kim off speed. United States can go to 5. Stavertlik got it.
See, Korea will have no success against a team the caliber of the Americans just by setting the ball high outside. Crummy passing, crummy results.
Timeout Korea. The United States leads by 5. United States leading Korea. This is the FIVB World Championships, the surprising United States. And Jose Palmarin from Brazil says, serve on. The Americans in red. It's been all USA. The Americans blocking, digging, hitting, serving. What else have they done?
There's nothing else for them to do. They're way up on the scoreboard, playing very relaxed in a match where they might have had a letdown. I know it's the quarterfinals, but they played some big-name teams and drilled them, save for the very tough match, of course, against Brazil. That was a huge upset, and they've come out in a must-win situation or taking control of Korea.
United States getting a good draw in Korea as number 2 comes in. Do Hun Eam, 6'5", 189 pounds from Taekwu. Eam is an outside hitter, 6'5", one of their youngsters at 22 years old. Left side, Ha. And Ha hits it out of bounds. Was there a touch? No. Another point to the United States.
You know, and as young as this Korean team is, they've been together for a while as a unit. I saw them some years ago at the World University Games in Buffalo, New York, where they finished second. And they played extremely well, but this is altogether a different level of competition.
Nice shot by Kim. And Korea will have it. Korea, the Asian champion in 1989 and 1993. X-play. Beautiful dig in the backcourt by Korea. Looking for a point. Se-jin. Can't put it away yet. The Americans left side. And that is not the strength of the United States since Pat Powers retired, hitting high balls on the left.
One of the first bad sets we've seen from Lloyd Ball in this tournament. It was a bad choice. Should not have gone all the way to the outside. It was way off the net. Not good location.
This is game 1. The United States leading big. And the United States gets another kill. The quick set working well. Once again, it was Sorensen. Substitution now, number 12, Dexter Rogers comes in for Jeff Nygaard. Dexter Rogers, a former basketball player who has learned how to play volleyball very, very quickly. Exciting player with a good jump serve. Let's see if he can get it in off the bench. Nope, he can't. That's a tough move.
Well, Eric Sato sort of perfected it. Come off the bench, stone cold. You think stone cold, but it's your obligation as a back row sub to stay warm, to be ready, and Dexter Rogers will have to do a better job of that when he comes into the match next time.
Defensive specialist Chol Soo Kim, number 17, comes in. He's from Jeonbuk, Korea, and he'll serve it up. 6'2", 162 pounds. Back set, Rogers, and Rogers smokes it off the Korean defense.
Guess he was a little bit mad at missing that serve as he's coming out right away, but Lloyd Ball going right back to him, keeping Dexter Rogers involved in the match.
Rogers and Nygaard have been splitting the opposite position for the United States, and now here is Lloyd Ball, son of Coach Arnie Ball, who coaches at Indiana, Fort Wayne, Purdue. Left side, Ball with a dig, chance for another American point. Whip it left side to Stavertlik, and he hits it off the hands, out of bounds, his patented shot.
Stavertlik just drives blockers crazy. He very, very rarely hits the ball to the floor. He is always hitting the ball off your hands, your arms, your nose, your face, your pits, you name it.
First game point for the United States. This could be it. Oh, bad pass, and the Americans foul it up. Horrible play.
Yeah, but one of the few bad plays or bad mistakes by the United States early. A little indecision, a ball coming off the top of the block, spinning a great deal. Somebody's got to get in there and take control of the play.
Here's Jong Wah Ha with the serve. Of course, everybody jump serves internationally. Ball whips it left side. And a big hit by Jeff Nygaard. A lot of people think that he is the best all-around player the United States may have now and will have in a couple of years.
Well, at least in terms of the big front row blocking and hitting skills. He can hit from every position on the court, and a big-time blocker. Float serve here, rebound winner for the United States, and they easily close out game 1.
A ho-hummer for the United States. The Americans very impressive in game 1. Quarterfinal action, the United States routing Korea in game 1, 15-2. The United States trying to get into the semifinals. Back set, Sejin dug up. Jeff Nygaard again. They whip it over to Ivy. He dinks and scores.
Boy, in Korea, in complete disarray. That ball wouldn't go down in a month of Sundays with a little girls team of 8-year-olds, and here their national team representing them in the World Championships lets that weak tip drop.
Jeff Nygaard with the serve. And he serves an ace. Nygaard with a powerful serve, and the United States on the board in game 2.
See, not many of the Koreans jump serve, which is just a travesty at this level of play and age in which volleyball is developed, so they don't get much practice against it.
Not as hard as Nygaard is hitting it. The back set. And this kid is really a fine player. Sejin Kim. He just doesn't have quite enough help to really make Korea a real top team in the world.
Until they start concentrating on jump serving and blocking, they're going to stay right where they are now. Good, but never great.
Volleyball back set, Scott Fortune. Scott Fortune grew up in Laguna Beach, California, went to Stanford, and learned his lessons well.
Started out as a middle blocker, moved to swing hitter, forced into the unfortunate position of taking Karch Kirai's place, an impossible task.
Out of the back line, Korea is into the bottom of the net. So the United States continues to mount a 3-0 lead for the Americans. No middle attack for Korea. The United States getting their hands on virtually every spike.
You know, the United States is winning so lackadaisically, you have to wonder. I mean, they're going to beat Korea. You have to wonder if they lose a little bit of their fire and edge as they're going to move on into the semifinals, because this match is kind of a walkover.
Jong-Hwa Ha with the serve. United States passing perfectly. And one of the things that Bob Stavertlich does is add passing stability. Of course, the question, can Scott Fortune react and play as well? And so far he has.
Hey, I think Scott Fortune is a much better player than we saw in Barcelona in '92. His experiences in Greece as the lead guy, the sort of captain of the ship as the foreigners are when they play out on team overseas, he's accepted that responsibility and really taken his game to a much higher level.
Bob Stavertlich gives the United States its 4th point. This is game 2. The United States won game 1, 15-2. Out of the back line. Did it touch anybody? No. Another point for the United States. And just as it did in game 1, the Americans get out fast. You're watching the 1994 Men's World Championship Volleyball here on ESPN.
What question?
6 foot, 160, new setter in, number 14.
Rule, everybody stinks, change the quarterback or setter, and the Korean coach has seen enough.
I think that's a good idea, get a little different tempo. However, it doesn't work on the first plays. The United States, with an impressive block, puts it away.
You know, I expected a lot more from Korea. I knew they would be young. I thought the United States would be a heavy favorite, but they haven't even shown up, and this is the quarterfinals of the World Championship, a chance to get into the medal round.
One man has shown up, Sejin Kim, number 18. He has been amazing. The serve receive of the United States, Stavertlich and Fortune in particular, have been great. Pretty good pass. Ball whips it left side to Fortune. I think Fortune likes hitting. Roy Ball shoots at.
Much quicker tempo to the outside, and Scott Fortune, remember, he was a quick hitter in college, and for some time when he played early on the national team in 1988, where he won an Olympic gold medal, and he likes that faster tempo.
Nygaard with a rocket. They'll go to Kim. He's got to be getting worn out eventually, and the Americans block him. Sorensen and Fortune.
Well, he was wearing the Americans out early, the only positive note for Korea, and now the American block is just wearing him out. He's the only weapon they have. They're lined up all over him.
Once again, timeout called. The United States up by 9 here in game 2. Back in Athens, Greece at the FIVB World Championships, Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, the United States 2. Korea's having trouble doing anything, and the Americans have been making some awesome digs, like that one. Back set, here comes Kim, and Kim wangs it.
Thought the opportunity for Brazil, or I should say Korea, would come from their ability to frustrate the Americans. But it's been just the reverse, with the Americans playing great defense, keeping the ball alive, taking swing after swing, and overpowering the Koreans as we expected in the long rallies.
Substitution now for the United States, number 12 in red, Dexter Rogers, coming in for Jeff Nygaard. So Rogers to serve. Rogers, who played at tiny Westmar College as a basketball player. Pretty good defensive player, surprisingly. And And a quick set. Good shot by Tom Sorensen. Has he improved, Paul?
Well, he's gotten into a very comfortable mix. Right now, the scouting report says, look, you got to stop Stavertlik, you got to stop Ivy. So now Sorensen is running free, and Loiball's recognizing that and getting the ball to him.
Set left, and it's stuffed by the United States. Loiball was there. Brian Ivy was there.
Loiball comes right out of college playing for his dad, and I'll tell you, his father would be very proud. Technically, he's a solid player and a real addition as a blocker.
Loiball's father, Arnie Ball, the coach at Indiana, Fort Wayne, Purdue. And Tom Sorensen now, and the United States, game point. 14-3 here in game 2. Quick set, and Korea puts one away. Number 7, Sang-woo Kim gets the kill. Now, number 3 is going to come in, Sang-rong Park, 6'3½". He's 26 years old from Kyungbuk, Korea.
And at 26, that's a bet on the Korean national team. They're probably the youngest team in the tournament by a number of years. A lot of players 21, 22 years of age.
Only one player 30 on the entire team, and that's the setter. That ball blocked. Korea got a block.
Second one of the match. Probably not in double figures for the entire tournament. And until they start emphasizing that in their program, as like I said, they're not going to move up.
Korea, soft block, chance for a point. No, it's roofed.
Loiball and Brian Ivy. Loiball setting up the block as the outside blocker in that situation, and Brian Ivy really taking away the cross-court angle.
Scott Fortune serving for the game once again, and that might, nope, Korea plays it up. And a free ball for the Americans. To end it right here, back set, Rogers, and he's dug up by Korea. Ivy, ball, Ivy, and that will do it. So Brian Ivy and the United States smoking along after 2 games. 15-15 for the Americans, lead it 2-0 over Korea. Don't forget, game 3 is coming up next. Stay with us. VB World Championships in Athens, Greece, one of 4 quarterfinals being played. The United States leading Korea 2-0 so far. Paul Sunderland has been all United States.
Well, it's complete domination. Outscore the lesser Korean team 30-6. Not even the officials have had to work very hard today. They're still getting loosened up.
The other quarterfinals being played: Italy, Russia, Brazil, Cuba, Greece, Netherlands. So here we go. Korea in blue. The United States has played, well, nearly perfect, as Scott Fortune rips one off the hands out of bounds.
Loiball making a good defensive play, showing you that he can do much more than jump serve, block, yell at his hitters, set the ball pretty well. He's got good defensive skills as well.
And a cool goatee.
Got it all.
Kim puts it away. If he just joined us, Se-jin Kim, number 18, has been the star for Korea.
Only 20 years of age, a good foundation in which to build a stronger national team for Korea, but they have to find some more clones, so to speak, for Kim.
United States combination play. Good block by Korea. Number 12, Hong Sang Park was there.
Maybe a lucky block here. I'm not so sure. The Koreans, no, they hold their ground. Not faked out at all, and then Park just holding up his hands and getting enough of a piece to stuff the ball.
Korea is tied for the first time in the match, as the double quick, a very effective play in international ball.
Double quick, fast hitters coming front and back. You make 2 blockers, immediately make decisions. Easy play for the setter to dissect the defense.
Pretty good serve by Nygaard. They'll get it over to Kim, and Kim puts it away. Pretty nice shot, side out, Korea. Korea has been in 8 Olympic Games. As the ball is put away, their best finish, 5th in Los Angeles.
When they upset Brazil in one of the earlier rounds, but was unable to take advantage of that and close things out.
Tom Sorensen serving. Game 3, United States leading 2-0. Americans have been very impressive. Pancake, was that good? Yeah. Dripping with butter. but Korea rejects it back. Good block, Jong-Hwa Ha, number 1.
Good defensive hustle by the United States, unable to pay off. Korea blocking a little bit better here, which is certainly a surprise anytime they block a ball.
And
Surprise
another block.
again, yeah, absolutely.
Different change in strategy?
Well, they're just committing blockers. You got 2 blockers jumping with Brian Ivy, and that's not Ivy's fault. That's Loy Ball's fault, the setter.
Korea has its first lead of the match. Could get another point right here. Kim. And Kim dribbles it out of bounds.
He does get his cuts. He's swinging at every ball as hard as he possibly can. When you're 20 years of age and have that young shoulder, you can do that. Wait till he hits about 4 million balls in practice in the next couple of years.
Scott Fortune with the serve, and he aces. So big Scott Fortune.
Say, right now, I am shocked by the number of float serve aces Korea has given up. The jump serve aces I can understand, but the float serve should be their meat, just not moving, not aggressively getting after the ball.
You know, I've got a theory about that. I think there's so many jump servers now and so many jump serve passers that the passers forget how to handle a great float serve. It's very difficult.
Well, I would agree with you if we were talking about a team other than Korea, where 80% of their roster float serve, so that's what they see in practice. We're talking about Italy or Cuba, Brazil, some of the big physical teams around the world, Bulgaria, which just lost to Korea. You know, then you'd say that they wouldn't have much practice against the knuckleball or float serve.
Loy Ball hits it hard. They'll go to Kim, and Kim is rejected. So the American blockers, Ivy and Stavertlik, Jeff Nygaard, starting to get timing on the big man, Se-Jin Kim. Off-speed shot by Ball, whip it left side, and Ha keys it into the corner. Good shot by Jong-Hwa Ha. He's from Jinju, Korea. So he's got some work to do here on the serve. Not hitting that jumper hard. Easy play. And easy play for Korea, as it turns out. Number 9 puts it down, Park.
Good serve by Korea, and one of the rare serve reception errors by the United States. You can see how that will pay off, get Korea a point on the board.
The United States leading the match 2-0. We're in game 3. Loy Ball, back set, nicely done. And Sorensen gets the touch off the block. That was an excellent set by Loy Ball.
We talked about Tom Sorensen getting into the mix a lot more offensively, but Loy Ball really getting comfortable out here, running the offense. His hitters coming through for him, and he getting lots of confidence, taking his game to a different place in terms of combinations.
On the right side, the Americans block it. And the Americans block it again. Number 12, Park, could not get it by Tom Sorensen.
Sorensen, a big-time middle blocker. Looked like there was a net on that play that went uncalled, a break for the United States.
United States by 1, and the tool off the block, Hee-Sung Park, gets the kill.
Once again, against a small outside hitter, take his line. Don't let him abuse you or tool you, as it's called, down the line. Force him to hit into the meat of the court.
Young Chol Shin back in at the setting position, and down the line goes Jeff Nygaard. So Bob Stavertlik, who at one time back in 1984 was a security guard at the Olympic Games, his duty to protect the Olympic players and make sure the crowd did not mob the Olympic stars. Then went on to play on the USA team in '88 and win his own gold medal. Been a fabulous addition back to the United States team.
Good short serve by Stavertlik. Smart strategy, changing things up once again. Whether he's a security guard or an all-world outside hitter, Stavertlik doing a pretty good job at all tasks required.
United States up 2-0 and 5-3 here in game 3. Welcome back, everybody, to Peace and Friendship Hall, Athens, Greece. Doing a little face painting here as the United States leads 2-0. What do you think of those referees' uniforms, just out of curiosity?
Well, it was about time they got out of the all-whites. Been wearing all-white uniforms for about 35 years. You thought that they were guards in a mental institution. I like the change.
All right. Maybe they were. Korea in blue, United States in red. And back down the hatch. Number 9, Park, puts it away. It's been all the United States. The Americans hitting, blocking, serving, doing just about anything they want. Im with the serve. Volleyball out of the back line, and Sorensen. Koreans into the net. And so the Americans will have it. Substitution. First time we'll see Dan Landry. Grew up in the Philippines, recruited to UCLA on a videotape. He'll come in and serve it up. He's got a very good jump float serve. And there it goes. Trouble for Korea. With the exception of the hit. Good shot by number 12, Hee-Sung Park.
Again, the United States blockers giving way too much line to a small outside hitter for Korea. That's where they're going to chop the ball and be effective. Force them to hit the ball into the meat of the court.
Shin with the serve. They'll go left side, and the ball is dug up. Nicely done. And they're going to say an American was into the net, so Korea will have it.
3 big blockers. We saw the net moving earlier on in this game. Thought the United States might have been in the net. The referees got them that time. Korea playing better. The United States obviously has dropped off a little bit after dominating the first couple of games.
United States by 2, 7-5, game 3. And once again, Ball and Sorensen working beautifully. The new tandem of the 90s, perhaps.
There was a time not so long ago that Tom Sorensen wasn't sure if he was ever going to get back in the starting lineup. Deeply in the doghouse, Fred Stern was expecting much more of him, hitting and blocking, but now surrounded by players with a lot more heat and a lot more experience, he's really found his niche on this team.
I think one of the problems, too, Sorensen splitting time with Brent Hilliard, the former Long Beach State star. Hilliard not on the trip. Have to assume he's having some knee problems once again. They'll set left, and Korea blocks another one. Korean doing some blocking in this one.
A huge blocking output, but look where Scott Fortune is hitting the ball from. It's one thing if you expect it out of the backcourt. He's a front row hitter hitting it from almost the 3-meter line.
7-6. And a good shot on the right side. Jeff Nygaard gets it.
Jeff Nygaard, the youngest starter on the American team. He and Loy Ball right next to each other chronologically. Nygaard was still another year of eligibility at UCLA before he joins the national team full-time.
Dan Landry can't come up with that one. So Korea is going to get the side out. And finally, Korea stops Tom Sorensen.
Well, it took them 2.5 games to decide that if they want to slow down the United States and this combination, they better start doing some commit blocking. Korean middle blocker up early, takes away the opportunity for the United States. Loy Ball's going to have to watch for that. Korea's severely changed their blocking tactics.
Landry goes out. Ivy is back in. Of course, Ivy, a great star at the University of Southern Cal, led them to 2 national championships. And Korea sets the quick. The put away by Byung-Sun Kim.
United States has to stay patient. This is a good Korean team. They were just lousy the first couple of games, and now they're finally settled down and playing up to their abilities. The United States has to remain patient, get back to what brought them, which was first and foremost good jump serving.
Game 3, United States won the first 2. Loy Ball, who the joke was when he joined the team that he could reach 11 feet because he has long arms and he's tall. But I think he's a pretty good jumper now. You said he kind of redesigned his body. He's really come alive.
Well, we've talked about it before. You drop 20 pounds of fat.
I'd love to.
You need to. So do we all, I guess. But Loy Ball is a young guy who is absolutely determined to be a factor on the national team after he left his college career behind him at Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne University, playing for his dad there, as we've discussed, and just worked and worked and worked physically and in the weight room on his plyometrics, and it's having a big impact.
Little chop by Brian Poison Ivy. And Poison will serve. Doesn't serve the jumper much anymore after he injured his knee. They'll whip it left side. United States thought it had it up. Severlich saying that ball was up, but apparently not. Nope, well, they're going to replay it.
Yeah, inadvertent whistle. The referee thought that shot was sharp enough that it was going to get to the floor, and Stavertlich beat him to the punch.
And good call by the official, Pomerine. Left side down the line. Ball got it up. but the ball could not be retrieved. Yes, Loy Ball, L-L-O-Y. It's Loy Ball, number 1. Now, Shin will serve for Korea. This is Kim, dug up by Stavertlik. And out of bounds, Korea will have it. Korea starting to get a little enthusiasm, perhaps a little confidence. The Americans definitely have let down here in Game 3.
Don't let a team up off the mat. One of the oldest cliches, but Korea's been down before. They always play well against good teams, got off to a horrible start, and now finally they've kicked into gear a little bit, passing well, running their offense. Their setter, Shin, doing a very nice job.
Here's Bob Stavertlik, 31 years old. And a nice block. They're going to keep playing it.
And the whistle blew.
The whistle definitely blew, and Stavertlik is going to challenge the ref. Let's listen.
No, please. No. Yes, I should.
Saying someone in the audience blew a whistle. Fairly common practice for fans in European cheering sections to have whistles up there, but a little confusing when you blow a whistle as often as you do in a volleyball match.
Korea, another block, number 9, Jong Chon Park. Kim was also there. Korea has tied it up 9-9, Game 3. Park serving. Loy Ball out of the back line, and Ivy packs it off the defense.
Once you let down, as I think we both agree, Chris, that the United States has done, it's very, very difficult sometimes to recapture that fire and that confidence. You just want to, you sort of are hoping good things will happen as opposed to making them happen. Right now, Korea making all the plays.
Korea is doing a lot better here in Game 3. Sometimes difficult to tell if the United States is playing that much worse or Korea is playing that much better. I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at the number of net violations and mistakes similar to that the United States is committing right now. That shows a complete lack of concentration right now.
Kim with the serve. And out of the back line, another dig by Korea. Kim. And he puts it away. Oh, yeah.
United States rotating their defense. Look, you've got Nygaard rotated up to him with a good shot down in that corridor.
Timeout called. Korea leads by 1. 13-12, the United States has regained the lead on Korea. The Americans were trailing 12-8 at one point here in Game 3. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, the Americans getting close to a semifinal berth. Korea's in blue, Americans in red. Kim, and Kim hits it off the hands, out of bounds. He has been magnificent. Se-Jin Kim, number 18. Substitution, Samrong Park comes in. He will play in the backcourt and serve it up. Pretty good comeback by the United States here. Play action, Loy Ball out of the back line. Ivy kills it.
But Ivy all alone, and when you look at the American weapons who are really going to be effective, of course, the quick hitters out of the middle, Sorensen was good in the first couple of games, but you have to assign somebody to Brian Ivy, track him out of the backcourt or the front court.
Eric Sato, number 11, the super sub is in, and he serves it just out of bounds. So Sato will stay in to play defense. Korea serving, trailing by 1 now, 13-12. The United States trying to sweep 3-0. Off the block. Great dig by Sato. And Korea is there. At the net, Kim stuffed it down.
Once again, the quick attack for the United States is not there. The tap down against Korea, who's playing really good defense right now, is not going to go.
Tied at 13 in Game 3. Ivy. And Ivy is all alone against Do-Hun Im, a small blocker.
Shin wants to make that dig. Play it 99 times. That's the only one he won't get up.
Sorensen serving, a 13-13 tie. Down the line, the Americans dig it. but it goes out of bounds. Side out, Korea. If Korea loses, they will go on and play in the consolation bracket. Fortune dug up by Korea. They can take the lead. And they do. Im with the kill.
Korea gets the game point, and the United States has to be looking at the scoreboard going, what have we done to ourselves? Korea scores only 6 points in the first 2 games, and it looks like they have failed to close out the match.
First game point for Korea. Back set, Sorensen. And the dig is going wide. So Tom Sorensen gets his 22nd kill in the match to lead the United States. And here is Scott Fortune, trailing by 1, 14-13. Im. And it's off the hands, out of bounds. Good shot.
Hitting high flat off the top of the hands of the American blockers, and Fortune unable to make the retreat in defensive play. Korea gets another swing at game point.
Park goes out, and Park comes in. Even trade. Korea serving. Americans trying to hang on here. Stabertlik got it. And the side out. And now Sato will come out. Jeff Nygaard back in. 5'11" for 6'8".
Nygaard and Ivy up there together with Stabertlik, and your best server. Should be a very good point-scoring rotation.
Ball whacks it down the middle. And big problems now. United States can get a point right here. Sorensen, not yet. Another great dig by Korea. Free ball, United States. Back set, nobody there. They'll go to Kim, and he's roofed. Bob Stabertlik was there.
The smallest guy among the 3 front court players for the United States. Ivy did his job, really reaching into the cross court, and Stabertlik does his, filling the angle.
Americans got a break. Tied at 14. Ball. Oh, he's hitting it hard. Left side, Im dug up. Americans chasing. Stabertlik is there. They'll set Kim, won't they? No. They go to Im, and he's dug. Over to Stabertlik. Score! No, they dug it up. Back the other way.
Perfect free ball pass.
Korea hanging in. 14-14, Stabertlik. He's rejected.
That's got to go down as the rally of the tournament. Fortune took one below the belt. The price you pay sometimes for playing good, solid defense throughout. Great rally.
Tallest man in the Korean roster is in Hee Hyung Jae, 6'8", 209 pounds. He's in there to block a ball. Tied at 14. Ivy taps it down. And now Jae will come back out to get a breather. Young Chol Shin back in. I never see that work, do you?
No, it
never works.
It never works. And that's never. And that's the long and the short of it on Korea's team anyway.
14-14, left side. Oh, another big crank. Korea's really raised the level of its game.
Well, they continue to rocket the ball down the line. The ball set very close to the net, and the American outside blockers are making bad moves and just leaving the line wide open.
Tied at 14. And the put away. Nice shot, Tom Sorensen.
Boy, and he had blockers with him and turned it over the late blocker and down. Loy ball with the aggressive play.
A 14-all tie. Stabertlik serving. Left side. They finally dig. Park. And Fortune. Oh, is he stuffed? You can't stuff a ball, and he's straighter down than that.
Fortune going for the gusto hard cross court, and that is, as we say, jetted straight down.
14-14 tie. Great action in game 3. Fortune dug up. Chance to take the lead for Korea. Kim. And he's rejected. Fortune got him back.
Somebody's got to hit a ball high, flat, use the block. Everybody's just aiming straight at the floor and getting punished for it.
The high flat is no more. It's low, sizzle the pits time. Here's Jeff Nygaard. We're tied at 14, game 3. Left side, Kim taps it. Americans take the lead right here. Ivy, yes!
Boy, Stavertlik was going no place else. Had lots of choices. Could have gone out to Scott Fortune, but go to Brian Ivy out of the backcourt.
Now, first match point for the Americans. Nygaard serving. Trying to put away Korea, no. Jump serve wide.
He will go for it. Made the right play.
Oh.
Boy, that is just out of bounds.
Whisker Park serving. It's 15-14, and a beautiful set by Volleyball. Bring up Fortune.
See, established quick hitters early in the match, and now the combination or second part of the combination play will be open.
Second match point for the United States. Sorensen serving. It's 15-14. They go to Im, and he delivers. Do Han Im. He did not play in game 1, but in the subsequent games, he's been very good.
Yeah, you got to wonder why he didn't start this match, because he has really added a lot with Se-Jin Kim offensively.
Fortune is dug. Korea can tie it up right here. Im. Not yet. Nygaard pokes it up. Ball to Fortune. The ball.
Scott Fortune can't put a ball away right now. I don't know if he's run out of gas or just trying to be a little bit conservative. Gets bailed out here by the net violation, but he has not put the ball away.
Once again, match point for the United States. The third try. They'll go to Im, and he's blocked. Coming back over. Not yet. Korea will shovel it over. Free ball, United States. This could be it. And Korea is over, and that is the end of the match.
Volleyball creates the point-scoring opportunity at 6'8", goes up aggressively, gets after match point, and makes the play, forces the referee into a must-call situation.
The United States, 2 easy games, games 1 and 2, but game 3 was a thriller. The United States outlasting Korea. The Americans sweep 3 games to none, and Fred Sturm's team is moving on in World Championship competition. Pretty good performance.
Well, good the first couple of games, and then they went to sleep, let down, and that's not all that surprising. The important thing is that they get up tomorrow, get some rest, feel fresh, and start concentrating on their semifinal opponent, a team to be determined later on. And the United States has played extremely well. Big surprise throughout this tournament. There's match point. Volleyball getting up after it aggressively, forcing the referee to make the call. Absolutely has got to make it. I thought Volleyball played pretty well in the beginning of the match. Sorensen was hot, and then they just let down, and that's where Bob Stavertlik's reemergence and choice as captain of this team really makes a difference. Been there before and is going to really push this American team through these tough spots when they're not playing their best.
The United States wins its quarterfinal 3 games to none. We'll come back and wrap it up for you after this.
Well, another amazing performance for the United States. The Americans take care of highly regarded Korea in just 1 hour and 22 minutes. I thought the key to the match was passing. The United States could, Korea couldn't.
Well, and that was a surprise because Korea usually is so technically sound. You expect them to pass the ball well, run their offense, and the Americans to block and play some good defense on their own. But Scott Fortune and Bob Stavertlik were superb. 72% perfect passes. That will get it done and really do a good job in leading them forward in the World Championships. Korea was really weak in that area.
They certainly were. If you pass well, you're going to hit well. Tom Sorensen, Brian Ivy for the United States. Kim had a good match, but he didn't get much help.
No, he was a man alone out there, and we've talked about how Korea plays some good defense and going to set him a lot of balls. But when you pass the ball well, your middle blocker is going to get a lot of opportunities. Volleyball, again, making good choices, running the offense, and going to his 2 big hitters out of the middle.
People ask me all the time, who is the biggest volleyball team in the world? Up next for the United States, the Dutch or the Netherlands. How did the Americans match up against that squad?
Well, compared to the Netherlands, I'll tell you, they're Muggsy Bogues out there. The Netherlands has 3 players on their squad, upwards of 7 feet tall, and they're not just big guys. They can play, and in Ron Zwerver and Peter Blanchet, they have 2 of the great players in the world at the outside hitting and setting positions.
So the United States is now 5-0. They're into the semifinals against the Netherlands. The World Championships continue. We'll see more next time. I'm Chris Marlowe for Paul Sunderland. So long.